Alright, quick update for JASMY. So we made our last video for JASMY about 3 or 4 days ago. We were somewhere around about this region before we did retest this purple box. Now, if you watched my last video when we were around this region, I was talking about two trades I had in mind that I was going to be taking if we did do. The first trade was if we did come down from the breakdown here, somewhere around about the bottom here to retest this orange line before we did have a massive break up. That would have been my favorite trade to make because it would have had a nicer return, but nonetheless we did have another trade. If we didn't make that, that would be coming down to the top of this purple box. Really, we were looking for anywhere to touch between the 0.5 and the 618. We said if we did have a touch point down here and a strong push up, then I would definitely be making a trade for that. Now, I would have been making this trade after we did backtest the 0.5, but you know, if you've noticed, I haven't made any videos in the past 3 or 4 days. I did get a very nasty virus and I got pretty much knocked out cold, so I haven't been making content, but I will slowly start to make content daily again as I am feeling slightly better but still not 100, so do just give me a second to warm up to this. But yeah, I mean, all in all, JASMY is looking really good. I mean, the uptrend is still very nice. If I'm looking at the price action that's happened in the past few days, the buying volume is definitely supporting this. And while the RSI and the MFI are both very extended on the daily, it is nothing that a little bit of sideways action could not solve. And do bear in mind, the RSI and the MFI on the weekly are completely flat like a pancake. I mean, if we do flatten the data, you can see that JASMY has basically been, you know, thrown off a hill and it has fallen down very fast. So the RSI is completely flat, the volume is very flat still on the higher time frames, which does give me, you know, a lot of room to believe that once we do, obviously we are breaking out now, but once we do close above this orange box, specifically I'd be looking for more of like a weekly candle close, or on the flip side, a daily candle that has retested this and then the next daily candle starts pushing up. Either way, I think waiting for a weekly close is probably your safest bet, so let's just keep it with that. If we do have a weekly close above the 3.9 cent region, I do think we would be getting ready for big pushes up to the 7.4 cent and the 8.6 cent. So that is a 87% move and a 121% move, which is just over 2x respectively. So if we do come over to the daily, and I can show you where we get these from, the first target is the 200-day moving average, and the second target up here, which is at the 8.6 cent. This would be if you drew from the local top up here in November, the fib from the high to the low that we put in down here. You can see our first resistance is really getting stuck. Or not getting stuck, our first resistance is really coming in between these two levels here. So I would be looking in the short term, like I said, the RSI and the MFI are both very overextended. So if we are going to continue with this rally and we are going to push up to these levels, I personally would be hedging my bet and selling my JASMY in these regions here, in the kind of hopes that we would be coming down at least on the daily for a week or so to reset it before we did have another push up. So that's just personally what I'm looking for JASMY. All in all though, I mean, the market structure is very nice. JASMY's probably looking very good right now. We have been kind of saying in the last few videos, I do think that this is getting more and more likely that this is a bottoming structure, and every video that goes on I am more and more confident of that. So I am still sticking with that. I do think JASMY has bottomed out for now. It can still come down a tiny bit. Like I think we don't have to close our daily at the 3.9 cent today. We could do something like this and come down to, you know, anywhere around here, and then we could potentially be talking about a W pattern to give us a little bit more momentum. But nonetheless, keep an eye on the 3.9 cent. This is what I've got my eyes on. Once we close above 3.9 cent, I do think in the next coming week, literally I mean week, because JASMY has such a dirt cheap market cap, and you can see once it does go on these big rallies and it does come down for a day or two, retests, and then it starts pushing up, it always does go on these huge rallies. You can see previously when we have these rallies, and we come down, we retest support, and we fall below it, you know, it never works out, and we do take our time to get back above it. But once we have these rallies, we push all the way up, retest, and start pushing back up. It is normally a signal that the bottom is in the short term for JASMY. So in the next week or so, definitely in the next month, I think we are going to be fulfilling these price targets. I will be selling, you know, my JASMY round about these regions for profit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I see for JASMY. I would be buying a tiny bit more if we do have our daily close around the 39 cent. I would be waiting for a daily close and then a push up on the next daily candle, something like that, to happen for JASMY before I did buy. So once again, today, let's say for example, if we closed here today, we closed at the 39 cent region, and then by tomorrow the green candle comes in and we do something like this, I would be buying round about that region. On the flip side, if we did close our daily round about here and then we broke below it tomorrow, like, I would just be waiting and sitting on the sidelines until we eventually did break it. But all in all, it looks amazing. I think we are going to start coming up to these levels, not just because JASMY is looking amazing and the technicals are looking amazing. If we come over to the total crypto market cap as well, I am predicting another 10% increase in the very, very short term for the total crypto market cap. And if we flatten this a bit, you can see this 618 here, which I've been talking about forever. This is the #1 region that we needed to poke our head above for all of crypto to remain bullish. And we did finally break above it, you know, 3 days ago. Like I said, I have been out with a very, very nasty virus, so I didn't even really look at the charts for the past few days. But you know, from looking at these now, everything's looking very, very good. Total crypto market cap is breaking out. Bitcoin is breaking out. Bitcoin is obviously miles above the 618 it already was, but Bitcoin as well is pushing up very, very strongly. Lovely volume coming in. We've broken out of this asymmetrical triangle. But yeah, obviously this is a JASMY video. I'm just showing you that the total crypto market cap going up and Bitcoin going up is very, very good for JASMY as well, and the health of the market. So yeah, that's all I see for JASMY. Increasing volume. RSI on the weekly and the MFI on the weekly still has miles and miles to run. So yeah, keep an eye on the close above 39 cent. Once that does happen, I would be predicting basically a 2x coming in the next couple of weeks or so. So that's all I see for JASMY. If you are holding this, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It's just my own opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.